everybody. Today we're going to kind of still be bridging the gap between, physical health, exercise style things in that realm, and the kind of self care version of exercise, or the concept behind the self care version of exercise or fitness. Now, one of the things I used to always say when I was at the very beginning of this process, I guess, I'd always say that athletes have a completely different mindset than the average person, and therefore their dedication to the gym and exercise and pushing themselves to max is a way of them kind of feeling alive, and more or less allowing them to perform on the field, and that is their job, and they will do their duty. So this mindset is pretty specific to athletes, and so we see the results that way. Their athletic ability is very high, takes a lot of dedication, determination, and all those other kind of words. So now I'm seeing that that is a mindset, just like you can have a mindset for high achieving alpha males or females, and you can have the mindset of a teacher, of a carpenter, of a whatever you can fill in there. So it doesn't seem to fit anymore. I'd say mainly that a mindset is a kind of belief system, and because we know what we want to be or what we want to do or what that looks like, we strive for that. If I want to be an athlete, I know that it looks a certain way. Therefore, there's actions behind my belief that I'm going to have to go through, and in that way, accomplish my goal. However, a mindset is more of a imaginative thing, and needs experience to be able to really cultivate itself. So what am I getting at? I'm getting at the fact that you can only have athletic mindset based on experiences that brings that, let's say, mental connections, or makes those mental connections for you to strive in that direction or in that way. However, what if somebody without these experiences tries to take on the belief of the athlete or the mindset of the athlete? What will happen to them? Essentially, they will not be as successful, and therefore not get to that goal, and or have to make connections to things that are lacking the actual experience. And in that way, you generally find somebody injured or hurt or frustrated or confused. In that way, we want to make sure that we don't just have an idea of what the outcome is, in the sense of what it takes to be an athlete or fit. It's just hard work and it's just exercising. And if we think that's all it is, then we're missing the actual experience that calls an athlete to be that way. And it is a style of expression, a style of feeling like oneself. And that way the painter paints, because that makes them feel more like themselves, or expressed in a way. So we have to see that the experience for something to happen must line up with the belief, and if it lines up with the belief, then the end outcome is very likely to happen. And in the cases where we don't have the outcome matching up with the belief, matching up with the actions, then we must say that something is off or not quite there, or something needs to be filled in. And in this perspective, self-care is there once again to fill in those missing elements, and to kind of show that without the experience, there's a huge jump in what somebody expects, and that means the cost for such a jump is very high and will lead to some kind of burning out of one of the resources, mental, physical, or emotional. We can say this exact same thing can happen in the, let's say, business world. Somebody wants to be a manager. Being the manager is the best thing ever. They have the paperwork to show that they should be the manager, and they have the want, and they have the belief that they should be, so therefore they go for it, they get the job, and not having the understanding of the leadership role and what that means, and uh, how you get people to maximize their best abilities in that managerial position will lead to a quick burnout of that manager because they're not using the appropriate resources to create the appropriate actions. What they're doing is kind of using their thought solutions. So incentive is the best way to motivate people. This is not correct. So you use lots of incentives, and eventually your office or a majority of the people will not be as motivated for that thing, and you don't get your results. Why? There's something missing. To fix that missing link, we have to look at the situation a little bit deeper. And it often has to do with the perception of the person in the position of cultivating said actions. All right, I guess that was a lot more mental work than physical work, but it is part of the foundation of understanding what it takes to create a, let's say, physical action of growth, which is a different quality than just an action done for the sake of the action itself. All right, thank you very much, and have a great day.